deep forest, where there are no signs or fences. Every creature knows its place, and when the bear appears, the world around it goes quiet as if stepping aside. It doesn't need to prove its strength. It doesn't need to make a sound. Just one step from the bear is enough to shift the order of the entire food chain. In North America's wild landscape, the grizzly bear stands as a symbol of quiet strength. When it rises on its hind legs, a fully grown male can reach over 8 feet tall and weigh close to 800 pounds. Its thick brown-gray fur covers a powerful frame that moves with surprising control. The bear doesn't rush. It moves carefully, almost silently, as if fully aware that strength doesn't need to be shown unless absolutely necessary. Its paws, nearly a foot wide, and claws up to 4 inches long are not made for fighting, but for survival digging, flipping rocks, foraging for roots or insects. Though omnivorous, a bear in summer can consume over 80 pounds of food daily. From berries to carrion, from salmon to young deer, everything becomes fuel for building fat to survive the long winter ahead. It's not greed, it's instinct. Survival demands preparation. A grizzly's sense of smell is 2,000 times stronger than a human's. It can detect scent from miles away, even when the wind doesn't cooperate. This is how it always knows where to go next. The grizzly is more than a predator. It's a key part of the ecosystem, a balancing force. Its power doesn't come from speed or violence, but from presence. It knows when to advance and when to remain still. Across the vast lands of Alaska and the snowy plateaus of Montana, each grizzly bear holds its own territory, sometimes stretching hundreds of square miles. But in a world without fences, boundaries often exist only in memory. When facing an intruder, a bear doesn't rush to use its claws. It stands tall, growls deeply, and moves forward with slow, deliberate force. Around 80% of these encounters end without a fight, just a display of power, followed by silent retreat. In such harsh environments, conserving energy is instinct. Sometimes winning means not having to fight at all. Bears have long-term memory. They remember smells, growls, and the behavior of past opponents. At times, they even choose to avoid confrontation when they recall the pain of a previous clash. One unique behavior is how they treat bear mothers with cubs. When a female walks with her young, she's often given the right of way, not out of fear, but from an instinctive recognition of motherhood. Even in a world that seems emotionless, there's room for biological empathy. in the western forests and rocky ranges of North America. The mountain lion, also called the cougar, is a powerful solitary hunter, measuring up to 8 feet including the tail and capable of sprinting at 50 miles per hour. It moves like a shadow through the trees. Its tan coat helps it blend into dry terrain and dense woodland. A single cougar's territory can stretch over 150 square miles, especially in places like Colorado and Utah. Though it lives alone, it stays on high alert, especially when it has young to protect. Encounters between bears and cougars are rare, but when food is scarce or territories overlap, clashes can happen. In most cases, the bear holds the advantage with its larger size, greater weight, and stamina. Still, cougars are not easy prey. They avoid head-on fights. Instead, they use the terrain cliffs, tree trunks, and slopes to their advantage. A quick strike followed by retreat is their typical strategy, inflicting small wounds before pulling back to protect their young. A bear may give chase, but it's not easy to win on complicated ground. In the frozen marshlands of Alaska and deep Canadian lakes, the moose is the largest herbivore in North America. Standing up to 7 feet tall at the shoulders and weighing around 1,500 pounds. It's a muscular giant crowned with antlers that can span 6 feet wide. Moose mainly feed on aquatic plants and are strong swimmers, crossing icy lakes for miles. Though they appear slow, a kick from their hind legs can deliver a force of up to 1,000 pounds per square inch, enough to scare off most predators. Bears rarely target adult moose. They typically go after calves in spring or weak individuals in winter. But when two giants meet, one fierce and persistent, the other massive and unyielding, the encounter becomes a tense test of survival. Bears approach with caution. They watch from a distance, waiting for a moment of weakness. But if the moose is protecting its calf, it becomes extremely dangerous. Sometimes the bear backs off, not out of fear, but out of wisdom, knowing that even a small injury can cost it an entire winter of hunger and suffering. Most bear-moose confrontations don't end in violence. There's stalking, a few charges, then hesitation. Both sides understand that in the wild, survival is victory enough. In North America's vast ecosystems, gray wolves are among the most organized predators. A typical pack of 6 to 12 wolves hunts using sound signals and body language, from howls that gather the group to eye contact and sideways runs that direct strategy.
Company.
Unlike bears, wolves rely on teamwork. When they face a bear, they rarely attack head-on. Instead, they circle, bark, and keep their distance, applying mental pressure and trying to disorient their opponent. But bears don't rattle easily. When full or uninterested in conflict, a bear may simply stand still, turn its back, or lie down, showing no concern. Yet when truly threatened, it can strike back with a sudden, powerful blow or a roar that makes the entire pack retreat. There have been reports where bears, when pushed too far, suddenly lunge at the alpha wolf, breaking the pack's formation and forcing them to flee. But sometimes the bear chooses to retreat, not in defeat, but because saving energy is wiser than chasing an unnecessary win. A bear-wolf encounter isn't always a battle. It's a dance of instincts and strategy where both sides understand their limits and survive by respecting each other's strength. Bears are not just omnivores. They're opportunistic hunters, using patience, timing, and terrain to survive. One of the most difficult prey is the bison. On wide grasslands, bears often target the young easier to separate from their mothers. When that happens, the attack is fast and decisive. Along salmon streams, bears gather in large numbers. Fights for fishing spots can be intense and sometimes funny. Young cubs learn to hunt through trial and error, often slipping or missing fish, but it's how instinct is passed on. In Rocky Mountains, bears have been seen chasing mountain goats, but the terrain is treacherous. Bears sometimes slip and fall, giving up the chase. These moments show that raw strength can't always beat the land itself. Another hunting tactic involves forcing bull moose into deep water. The bear uses its weight and endurance to keep the prey submerged until it suffocates. This isn't a quick strike. It's a test of endurance, one the bear often wins through patience. At Yellowstone, bear moose chases can leave observers breathless. A bear can reach speeds of 35 miles per hour, the moose around 30. That small gap decides life or death in seconds. Sometimes, the hunt ends in silence. A bear spots a caribou calf, waits, stalks, but never gets close enough. When both calves escape, the bear quietly turns and eats berries near the forest edge. Not every hunt ends in blood. Sometimes, failure is just another part of nature's cycle. At the end of a long day, as the last light fades behind the pine trees, the bear remains quiet. No one sees it, no one hears it, but everyone knows it's there. Behind every hunt, every conflict, every silent step is an ancient instinct. It doesn't need to win to survive. just needs to never be forgotten. And the bear has never been forgotten.